talking about a nigga that'll fuck your whole world up. You and your boys make a scene, I'm thinking AC Green, cause it's gonna be at least 4 or 5 you niggas in the room curled up.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
You ain't nothing but a MC.
Welcome to another edition of The Buck Stops Here. I am your host, Hound Dog Buck 50, bringing you the latest in battle rap news. And I am the illest battle rapper in the game. But like I always say, this is not about me. Today we're going to recap Steams versus Reepah Rell. And we're going to go into a little more of why I think it turned out the way it did. Now, for those of you that have been following Ultimate Madness, Steams and Reepah Rell were both eliminated in the first round. And as we see the pattern from the last Ultimate Madness, for the people that lose, they bring them back and have them either battle each other. And last Ultimate Madness, they were battling each other. This time, Smack is switching it up a little bit. He's got Emerson Kennedy battling Prep. Okay. So this battle is not a battle that we can really critique in a sense of, was it a great battle? No. Was it a good battle? No. Was it average? No. Was it horrible? Yes. Round one, Reepah Rell raps for a little bit. He chokes. Steams gets through his first round. His first round was decent. Okay, so you figure Steams wins that round. Reepah's second round, it was like he struggled to the finish line. Then after that, it almost was like a haze of smoke. I know Reepah choked again, I believe in the third. Steams choked at least one more time. And then, when Smack and Beasley came up there, Smack was like, yo, we just like to thank y'all for doing this on a week and a half notice. And Reepah was like, nah, no excuses, whatever. Okay. So the battle was a stinker. We all can agree on that. But me, as a battle rapper, I feel like I can sometimes offer insight that a blogger may not be able to offer because I'm on that side. And what I'm saying may not be true. This is just, follow me for a second. Just open your mind up and think about it. Let's go back to the actual tournament. When you're looking at Reepah and Steams, these guys have been on URL for over 6-7 years, easy. And they've been like on the outskirts of URL, not on the main stage. And if I could make an analogy, imagine you're applying for a job that's got 3 interviews. And every time you get to the 3rd interview, the boss, whoever's interviewing you, is not impressed and you don't get the job. And this just keeps happening. That's kind of like Steams and Reepah. This is URL's big house, and this is URL's, efficiency. They're right there, but it's so far away. And what I'm getting at is this. When you're pursuing anything in life, you come in it with a passion, a fire. And as time goes on, real life shit starts to take over. Not that it wasn't already existing when you had your dream. You're looking at Reepah Rell and you're looking at Steams. You're looking at 2 dudes that's in their mid to late 30s. Nothing wrong with that. I'm older than them. But I would say the difference between me and them is I've never been on URL. Not even in a teaser, PG way. So I don't have that frustration of like, man, I've been right here and they won't let me get there. So that can keep me going. But imagine being them. You 36, 37, you've been on URL for 6-7 years and you haven't really sniffed the main stage. And you got rent to pay, you got bills to pay, mortgage to pay. It's hard. I'm not making excuses. I'm just saying it's hard. Even when you look at the Ultimate Madness performances, they weren't bad, but I just felt like they lacked that fire. When you saw Emerson Kennedy, you saw fire. When you saw Kid Chaos, you saw fire. When you saw Jada Nightwing, it's fire. And when I say fire, I'm not even talking about the lyrics. I'm talking about the zeal and that energy of like, yeah, this is my big chance. But then you taking guys that are like, well into this. And those guys may have very well flatlined at this point. Sometimes you get to a point in life where you're doing something just to be doing it, and you no longer expect anything great to come of it. And that could very well be where they're at. And then let's think about this. Then you turn around and you ask them to do a battle on short notice, and you're dealing with two dudes who are probably already mentally checked out. They're thinking like, is this really gonna do anything for my career or make it any different? I'm not making excuses. I'm just saying this is a real situation you're dealing with when you go into the mind of a human being. They've been this close for these many years and was never able to get in. And after a while, that wears on you, and you start to think, I ain't gonna get in. It ain't gonna happen. And life starts to take over, and you may still have enough in you to do it. But do you still have that fire that you once had? That's the question. If you notice in Ultimate Madness 1, when the Real Sick, Kid Chaos, when they did the loser returns battles, if you will, you notice how fired up they were, even after losing. You know why? Because it's still new, and they're coming out there thinking like, hey, I know this ain't a contest battle, but if I can impress the judges, because it's still fresh, they're new on the job, everything is new, the cafeteria is new, the people are new, the bosses are new, the schedule is new. You look at it, Steams and Reepah Rell, you look at it, two dudes that have been working a night shift for the last 7-8 years. Ain't nothing new about this job no more to them. They haven't moved up. They haven't been put to assistant manager, frontline manager, nothing. 7-8 years they've been punching in doing the graveyard shift. And how ironic, hardly anybody sees you when you work at night. Surf, Charlie Clips, Tay Rock, they're on prime time. I'm not making excuses, people. I'm just saying, sometimes there's more to it than just the person giving a bad performance. Trust me, I know. Because me being older, I can relate to what may have happened. But like I said before, the only difference would have been with me is I was never on URL. So I would still have that fire. Even if I lost in the first round of Ultimate Madness, I could still be like, you know what? I'm going to show out in this return battle, if you want to call it that. But granted, a week and a half is not a lot of time to prepare. I get that. And maybe that could have been the case. But I'm willing to say that I think it's just the fire or lack of fire that's in those two guys. And I think in that particular instance, Smack and Beasley should have went for somebody, two competitors that still got the fire within them. When you look at B Magic, I'm kind of glad B Magic didn't go into the tournament, because over the last few years, even without the chokes, B Magic doesn't have the fire that he used to have. He's probably flatlined. He's probably thinking somewhere in his deep subconscious, I'm not going to go any higher than I've already gotten. But where else could I get 2 or 3 grand for 8 minutes? So he still does it. And he probably knew he just didn't have the fire to do the tournament. 7-8 years ago, you got Steams and Reepah Rell and B Magic. They would have probably came in there cheesing from ear to ear. But now they're at a different point in their career. I don't go out the way I used to. I still go out. Why? Because I feel like I've done it all. So going out to certain places just doesn't get me excited the way that it used to, because I feel like I've seen it all, done it all. And that's just my take on this whole Reepah Rell Steams battle and the Ultimate Madness picture in general. I wish much success to those guys and whatever they do. If they continue to battle, keep doing your thing. But what I'm saying is not necessarily fact. But it was just me giving you a different perspective on what could have gone wrong. And on that note, peace, love, and whatever else you think of love.